Hello, I'm Rob Tellis, and I'm your Clark County Public Administrator.
Anybody tell me who I hit? Who the hell did I hit?
He was very much like the glad-handing politician, just that super
so
perma smile.
His personality would change so quickly.
We needed to stop him
Hostile
from
outbursts.
harming us
So
and harming
erratic.
other people in a government office.
Cruel.
This man should never be in charge of other human beings, ever.
The county had basically told us, he's elected. There's nothing we can do.
I'm Jeff Gehrman, an investigative reporter with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I've covered organized crime from the streets to the boardrooms of the Strip for more than 40 years.
When we met with him, not only did he listen, we could tell he believed. He believed us.
It's a journalist's job to listen to everyone in the community, and Jeff was willing to listen and say, yes, you work in a small office, but your story matters.
It's important for every community to have a local newspaper dedicated to it. Las Vegas is a big tourist destination, but the way the Review-Journal covers it is for the people who live here.
If Jeff Gehrman told the story, then our community would know it was well vetted and it could be relied on.
He got an interview with Robert Tellis and invited me to come along. Some of your employees have come to us with these concerns, and we would like your story.
And then the story was printed. You could feel the anger like emanating. People use that phrase, cut the tension with a knife.
Not only did he do story 1, he did story 2. And then he did story 3. And he did story 4. And he kept digging, and he was working on number 5.
It was Labor Day weekend.
My cell phone rings, and it's the sheriff calling me.
And I got a call from my dad on Saturday morning that said Jeff Gehrman was killed.
Jeff was found stabbed to death, and I was just stunned. I couldn't believe it. It didn't feel like a real life.
In September 2022, Jeff Gehrman, who was the most tenured, best source, and probably most trusted journalist in the state of Nevada, was brutally murdered outside his home.
And my dad, being a former homicide detective, said, I know who my first suspect is. And I knew it too.
On Monday, the first image of the suspect is released. And at that moment, you feel the shock, the fear, and the grief disappear, and everybody gets to work.
I was just in breaking news mode. I was in crime reporting mode. We need a suspect, we need body camera, we need 911 calls, we need to scope the neighborhood, we need to talk to people, we need to reach out to our sources.
The next press conference, they released a surveillance video of that same suspect. He had a very distinct gait. And I remember that gait from when he was in the office.
And we're hearing it all happen on the scanner. Right at the moment they detain him, Glenn Cook comes over to that gathering of a dozen of us and says, the sheriff has called me and says that Robert Tellis has been arrested in connection with the death of Jeff Gehrman.
As far as the Review-Journal can determine, Tellis is the first sitting elected official to be charged with the murder of an American journalist over reporting in modern U.S. history.
No one else is going to have the benefit that we had from Jeff's work. He can't help anyone else. And that's really hard. to accept.
There's been a lot of countries that have failed because of corruption, and Jeff stopped corruption. And we'll always be grateful for Jeff.
I focused on finishing what Jeff had started, and we were determined to make the point that when you kill a journalist, you don't kill the story.
Jeff had undertaken a lot of other work and was chasing leads on multiple other stories. It was important to us that those were finished, especially his work on Robert Tellis.
Jeff, of course, is irreplaceable, but we have an incredible investigative team who is working every day to uncover corruption like Jeff did.
If we don't have good journalists that are willing to investigate things and find out what the situation really is and report it accurately, then that's when the system's going to be broke.
What happened to Jeff shows that there are people out there willing to stop the truth from coming out.
An attack on one journalist, whether it's a troll on social media or a killer with a knife, is an attack on all of us.
We can't amplify the voices of our community. We can't afflict the comfortable. We can't make change in our neighborhood if we don't have the funds and support to do so.
The Poynter Institute, of course, is for journalists, and I'm glad the Poynter Institute is here in our lives.
Poynter was integral in the Review Journal shaping a contemporary digital strategy. Our company was part of the 2019 table stakes class, and it really helped us not just as a leadership team, but as an entire news organization.
Poynter is journalism. We need journalism in a free country. How many countries have failed because of corruption in this world? We need journalists, and we need journalism. And Poynter helps us.